morning students. Last class units and measurements chapter is completed. Now we will start new chapter, motion in a straight line. What is the name of the chapter? Means motion in a straight line. Clear? In the final NEET exam, one question will come from this chapter. One question will come from this chapter in the final exam. Okay? So, we will go one by one. Initially, what is meant by mechanics? So, in the physics, so many parts will be there. Mechanics, optics, heat, waves and oscillations, electricity, magnetism. Like that, so many units will be there. Each unit will have some lessons. Okay, mechanics. What is meant by mechanics means? Mechanics is a branch of physics. Mechanics is a branch of physics which deals about the motion of bodies. Mechanics is a branch of physics which deals about the motion of the bodies. When a body is in the moving state, in the motion state, when a body is there, we are discussing that type of bodies, that type of motions in the mechanics. Mechanics is a branch of physics which deals about the motion of the bodies. This mechanics is divided into three parts. It is divided into three parts. First one will be kinematics. Second one will be dynamics. Third one will be statics. It is divided into three parts: kinematics, dynamics and statics. What is meant by kinematics? Kinematics is a branch of mechanics. Kinematics is a branch of mechanics which deals about the motion of the bodies without regard to the cause of motion. Okay? See how it will be defined. Kinematics. Kinematics is a branch of mechanics. Kinematics is a branch of mechanics which deals about the motion of bodies without considering the cause of motion. Cause of motion will be generally force. For example, here one ball is there. If we apply the force on the ball, that ball will come into motion. That ball will move on the surface. Here in the kinematics part, what we are doing, we are not discussing about the cause of motion. Just we are discussing about the motion of the body only. That part will be called kinematics. Kinematics is a branch of mechanics which deals about the motion of body without considering the cause of motion. Why that motion is came for that body? That reason for the motion we are not discussing. Only motion of the body will be discussed. That part will be called kinematics. Clear? Next, second one will be dynamics. Okay. So dynamics means what? Along with the cause of motion, if we discuss the motion of the body, that part will be called dynamics. So dynamics is a branch of mechanics. Dynamics is a branch of mechanics which deals about the motion of bodies. Which deals about the motion of bodies with reference to or by considering the cause of motion. Means what in dynamics what we are discussing, along with the cause of motion we are discussing the motion of the body with force and motion. Both will be discussed in dynamics. Clear understanding? Third one will be statics. Statics is a branch of mechanics. Which deals about the bodies under equilibrium. When a body is in equilibrium means forces are acting on the body, but that body is not moving. Then we can say that body is in equilibrium. For example, I am a body. One man is pushing towards the left side by a force of 15 Newton. Another man also pushing me towards the right side with a force of 15 Newton. When both forces are equal and opposite, I will not move, though forces are acting on a body. If the body is not moving, then we can say that body is in equilibrium. About that bodies, to discuss, that part will be called as the statics. So statics is a branch of mechanics which deals about the bodies which are in equilibrium. Okay. Next, after finishing of that, let us see what is meant by particle. What is meant by a body? What is particle and what is body? A particle is one which is undivisible. So for example, one chart piece is there, this one. We can divide this into two parts, means yes, we can divide this into two parts. Again this part, can I make it into two parts? Yes, two parts. Next this one is there. Can I make this into two parts? Means yes, we can. Like that, dividing, finally particularly one small portion will come which cannot be divided. That will be called as a particle. A particle is one which is undivisible. We cannot divide the thing. Then that will be called as a particle. Then what is meant by body? Group of infinite number of particles. Group of infinite number of particles is called a body. Clear? Group of infinite number of particles is called a body. Means number of particles are grouped together, then body will be formed. Clear? Particle is one which is undivisible. Next, one more definition also we can say for particle and body. If the distance travelled by the body is very large compared to the size of the particle, then we can consider that body is also a particle. For example, one aeroplane is there. Aeroplane is a body or a particle means definitely it is a body. The length of the aeroplane, if we take, let it be 400 meters around. The length of the aeroplane, not exactly, some 300 to 400 meters it will be there, one aeroplane length. Now, this aeroplane travelled from one place to another place. It travelled 2000 kilometers. Then we can consider that the aeroplane is a particle. Why? Its length is 0.4 kilometer. How much distance it covered? 2000 kilometers. Comparing to this value will be very small. So we can consider that aeroplane is a particle. Here my point is understanding. When the distance travelled by a particle body is very large compared to the size of the body, then that body will be considered as a particle. If it is comparable, it is small, then body will be treated as a body itself. Okay, I am there. I travelled from here to here. Whether in this situation I am a body or a particle means I am a body because I am here. I came from just here to here, that's it. Comparing to my size, this distance will be less only. So I am considering as the body. So body maybe acts as a body, maybe acts as a particle, depends on the distance travelled by the body. Clear? Next. After that, this body is there. This body may be in the state of rest, may be in the state of motion. Then what is meant by rest and what is meant by motion? So, initially rest. If the position of the body, if the position of the body is not changed, if the position of the body not changed with respect to time and the surroundings, the position of the body is not changed with respect to time and surroundings, then the body is said to be at rest. Okay. What is meant by rest? Position of the body is not changing with respect to time and with respect to surroundings. Then we can say body is in the state of rest. For example, this board you observe. What will happen? Today this board is there here. Tomorrow if you come into this room, this board will be at the same place. After 1 week you came into this classroom, again the board will be at the same location. What it is representing today, tomorrow, after 7 days, after 30 days, after 1 year, all these are the times. With respect to the time, position of the body is not changed. Then that body is said to be in the state of rest. So this board is in the state of rest. So many things we can say. Bodies which are at rest and bodies which are in buildings will be there. Those are in the state of rest. Trees will be there. Those are in the state of rest. Mountains will be there. Hills will be there. They are in the state of rest. Clearly, with respect to time and with respect to the surroundings. What is the surroundings of this? For example, when your house is there, it is having some surroundings. You have some neighbors. Those will also not change with respect to time or with respect to the surroundings. Position of the body is not changed. Then that body is said to be in the state of rest. Clear? So many examples we can say for this rest. So, a book kept on a table. On a table we kept a book. It will be there itself. No one is not taking that book. Anyone is not taking that book. Then automatically book will be there on the same table for so much long time. So, body, a book kept on the table is an example for the state of rest. Next, buildings, trees, all are in the state of rest. Clear? Like this, so many examples we can say for the state of rest. What is meant by state of rest with respect to time or with respect to surroundings? Position of the body is not changed. Then that body is said to be in the state of rest. Next, motion. What is meant by motion? If the position of the body changes with time, changes with respect to time and the surroundings, then the body is said to be in motion. Then the body is said to be in the state of motion. Clear? For example, you observe any vehicle going on the road, one bus is going on the road. Now the bus will be here. After 2-3 minutes, bus will be there. After 10 minutes, bus will be there. Means what is happening? Position of that bus is changing with respect to time. Then that bus is said to be in the state of motion. Here what is its surroundings? Gandhi Papula is there. So those are its surroundings. When it went to there, Janata Bank surroundings will be there. When it went to there, another surroundings will be there. So what will happen with respect to the time, with respect to the surroundings, position of the body changes. Then that body is said to be in the state of motion. A bird is flying in the sky, whether it is in the state of rest or in the state of motion. An aeroplane is flying in the sky. Water is flowing in the river. Like that, so many examples we can say for the state of motion. You are walking on the road. You are an example of state of motion. Okay? Like that, bodies on the surface of earth may be in the state of rest, may be in the state of motion. See, listen up to now what we discussed. We started new lesson, motion in a straight line. In the motion in the straight line, initially, what is meant by mechanics, what is kinematics, dynamics and statistics we defined. Mechanics is a branch of physics which deals about the motion of the bodies. It is divided into three parts. What are the kinematics, dynamics and statistics? Kinematics is a branch of mechanics which deals about the motion of bodies without considering the cause of motion. Dynamics is a branch of mechanics which deals about the motion of the bodies by considering the cause of motion. Statistics is a branch of mechanics which deals about the bodies under equilibrium. Next, particle body. Particle is one which is undivisible. Group of infinite number of particles will be called as a body. Body may be in the state of rest, may be in the state of motion. Position of the body is not changed. With respect to time and surroundings, body is said to be in the state of rest. Position and body changes with respect to time and surroundings, then the body is said to be in the state of motion. What are the examples we can write? A lorry moving on a road, a bird flying in a sky, in the sky. Next, water flowing in a river. All these are the examples for state of motion. Next, this state of rest and state of motion, these are not absolute, these are relative terms. Rest and motion are relative. These are not absolute terms. We can't say exactly whether a body is in the state of rest or in the state of motion. It depends on the frame of reference from where we are observing. Clear? It depends on the frame of reference from where we are observing. From that we can feel that body is in the motion. We can feel that body is in the state of rest. But actually, exactly, we can't say a body is in the state of rest, in the state of motion like that. Why it is? Why already we are saying one bus is in the state of motion, one body is in the state of rest. Like that we are saying. Why it is happening? Let us take some examples to understand that. Here there is a bus. Bus is moving on a road. A bus is moving on a road like this. It is having one driver is there here. Bus driver. He is driving the bus. Here one passenger is there, P1, passenger 1. He is observing this driver. This passenger is observing the driver. Then at the starting, driver is here. After 5 minutes also, driver will be here only. After 5 minutes also, driver will be here only. Then this passenger is saying, this driver is in the state of rest. According to him, the statement given by that passenger is correct only. No, side by side driver, both are sitting. Now he is there, driver. After some time also he is there. After 15 minutes also he is there itself. Now this passenger is stating, this driver is in the state of rest. Next, one more person is there on the ground. He is person 1, he is person 2. This person is observing this driver. Because bus is moving, driver will also move. So this person is saying, this driver is in the state of motion. Both are correct only. According to him, he is in the state of rest. According to him, he is in the state of motion. Both are correct only. We can't say exactly. You say now whether the driver is in the state of rest or state of motion means we can't say. It depends on the frame of reference. From which frame we are taking that observation, on that it will depend. Is my point is clear? So, like that. For example, one line is there. You tell me this line is small line or big line means we can't say. We can't say this line is big line or small line. With respect to this line, it is a big line. With respect to this line, this is a small line. So if we say this is a big line, that is correct statement with respect to this. With respect to this is a small line. If we say this is a small line, that is also correct statement with respect to this. Now you say whether it is a small line or big line means we can't say, we have to compare it with others. Then only we can say this is a small line or this is a big line. By comparing that with others only we can say. In the same manner, we can't say a body is in the state of rest. If a body is in the state of motion, it depends on the surroundings. My point is clear. Take one more example. So if the things are like that, we can say those are relative, those are not absolute. For example, earth is there. We are living on the surface of the earth. So if this is the earth which is rotating about its axis, here India is there, here one more country is there, like that. We are living on the surface of the earth. Okay, different countries will be there. We are living on the surface of the earth. Okay. Now we know earth is rotating. Earth is revoluting. Earth is revoluting around the sun. To complete one revolution, it will take 365 days, which will be called as the 1 year. Means earth is revoluting around the sun. Earth is rotating also. Self-rotation it is having. To take one rotation, it will take 24 hours time. It will be called as the 1 day. So earth is rotating and in the revolutionary state. We can't observe all this when we are on the earth's surface. Okay. Why it is happening? Because all are moving with the rotating with the same velocity. We can't observe that effect like bus. Passenger and driver both are moving in the same direction with the same velocity. That's why the first passenger is saying driver is in the state of rest. Clear? But here what happens? So if we observe one person, if you observe me or if I observe you, you will say sir is in the state of rest. But if chance is there, here objects on the earth is observing from the other planets. Objects on the earth's surface, they are observing from the other planets, other satellites. They can observe this rotating effect. They will say they are in the state of rotation. Both are correct only. They will say they are in the state of motion. We will say, if we observe each other, we will say we are in the state of rest. Both statements are correct. So what will happen? It depends on the frame of reference. What is meant by frame of reference means a standard reference chosen by us to represent to describe a thing. Then that standard reference, a fixed coordinate system used to describe the situations, that fixed coordinate system will be called as the frame of reference. Okay? So finally what you have to understand, rest and motion both are not absolute, they are relative. That you have to understand. Next, after finishing of that, what is meant by distance? What is meant by displacement? Already in the vectors you know what are scalars and what are vectors, you know about it. Scalars means physical quantities having only magnitude but no direction are called as the scalar quantities. Physical quantities having both magnitude and direction, they are called as the vector quantities. Okay. Now, what is meant by distance and what is meant by displacement? Yes, actually distance, displacement, both will be represented by the letter S only. For our convenience, I am assuming the letter capital D for better understanding. So distance means the actual length of the path. The actual length of the path travelled by a body. The actual length of the path travelled by a body is called distance. Okay? Means, for example, from here to reach to here, the way is like this. We travelled 4 meters, we reached to here. We travelled 3 meters and we reached finally to B from A. Because road is like that. Road is like this and like this, finally we reached to B. So, how this is the actual path travelled by the body. The actual length of the path travelled by the body, that will be called as the distance. For example, here to here road is in this manner. So road is like this. So what happened to this person? Went like this, finally he came to there. So the actual length of the path travelled by the body, that will be called as the distance. For example, some Tirupati will be there, hill stations will be there, Panaga will be there. There what will happen, to reach to a particular destination, we will make some rounds and finally we will reach to the top. But that path, actual length of the path travelled by the body, that will be called as the distance. Okay? So distance will be a scalar quantity. The actual length of the path travelled by a body is called distance. Distance, it is a scalar quantity. It is having only magnitude. It don't have any direction. So that's why it is a scalar quantity. What is SI unit means for distance? It will be measured in meter. What is its CGS unit means? Centimeter. What is its dimensional formula? Already you know about it. Distance is equal to L. Okay, all are forms of length only. Distance, displacement, radius, height, depth. Everything will be in the form of length only. So dimensional formula will be L. So that is about the distance. Next, what is meant by displacement? Next, what is meant by displacement? Displacement is indicated by the letter S. It is indicated by the letter S. How it will be defined? The shortest path between initial and the final points. The shortest path between initial and final points is called displacement. The shortest path between initial and final points, that will be called as the displacement. For example, we discussed one example from A to reach B. A person travelled 4 meters and later 3 meters he travelled and finally he reached to the point B. Shortest point between any two points will be straight line. So this will be called as the displacement. Okay. So here Pythagoras theorem we can apply. Hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. Finally we will get this value is 5 meters. So in this context, what is the distance travelled means 7 meters. What is the displacement of the body means 5 meters. Okay. One more example you see, like this body reaches from A to B. It started from A and finally it came to B, but it travelled in this path. This will be called as the distance. Shortest path means straight line. So this line will be called as the displacement. Okay. The shortest path between initial and final points, that will be called as the displacement. Next, what is its SI unit? SI unit will be meter. CGS unit will be centimeter. Next, dimensional formula will be L. meters into same unit, same dimensions will be there. But it is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity. Why it is a vector quantity means in a particular direction from initial point to final point we have to travel in that direction only. So it is having magnitude and it is having direction. That's why we can say it is a vector quantity. Clear? So to find the displacement always we have to travel from initial to final point. That's why it will be a vector quantity. Clear? Next, after finishing of this distance and displacement, next, what are the differences between them in competitive examinations? How they will ask about the distance and displacement. Try to understand the differences between them. So, examples of for distance and displacement. Examples for distance and displacement. How to calculate distance and displacement, like this question will be there. So, serial number. What is distance? What is displacement? Okay. For example, a body came from A to B. A body came from A to B. Okay. So this distance let it be 5 meters. In this case, what is the displacement? What is the distance? So both will be same only. Here, body is moving in the straight line. When body is moving in the straight line, distance, displacement both will be same only. So what is the distance traveled here? 5 meters. What is the displacement traveled here means 5 meters. Both are same. Next, take one more example. Body started from A and finally reached to B. So what is the distance? What is the displacement? Displacement will be this one. Shortest path. Shortest path is always a straight line. So in this example, what is the distance and what is the displacement? Distance will be obviously 7 meters. Displacement will be 5 meters. Displacement will be 5 meters. Hypotenuse length and displacement value will be equal to 5. Distance is 7. Understanding? Next, take one more example. So a body started from A, traveled 5 meters. Body started from A, traveled 5 meters. Again returned back, reaches to C and again returned back. It came to the starting point. Okay? You are starting from your house to reach to the college. You reached here and again you went to your home. So A went from A to C, then again it came to the same point. Then what? So initial final points A, B are same. What is the distance here means 10 meters. 5 meters forward, 5 meters backward. Totally it will be 10 meters. What is the displacement? Body came to the starting position, so there will be no displacement. Okay? Next, take one more example. Body traveled from A, reaches to C by 5 meters. Again it returned back and it came to the point B. This distance value will be 3 meters. This value is 5 meters. What happened? Body started from A, reached to C, again returned back, and it won't stop at A, it stopped at B. What is the displacement and what is the distance? Now tell me. Initially body went 5 meters forward, 8 meters backward, 5 plus 3, 8 backward. So what is the total distance? 5 plus 8, this value will be 13. What is the displacement here? 5 minus 8, this value will be minus 3 meters. Okay? So distance will be 13, displacement will be minus 3 because direction changes. It is moving in the negative x-axis direction. That's why we have to take that as minus 8. That's why it becomes minus 3. Clear? Some more examples we will take to understand about this distance and displacement. Try to give the answers to you people also. How it will be there. What will be the distance and displacement in different cases. So next, fifth, see. Body is moving in the circular path. Circular path radius is R. Okay? It started from the point A and again it came to the same point after making one rotation. Body is moving in the circular path of radius capital R. It started from the point A, again it came to the same point A. Then what is the distance traveled by the body means? This value will be equal to 2 pi r. That is the distance. What will be the displacement? That value is equal to 0. Displacement value will be 0. Distance value will be equal to 2 pi r. Clear? Because it made one rotation. It came to the starting point. That's why displacement will be 0. In this example, A, B. Same radius is R only in all cases. Body started from the point A. After making half rotation, it came to the point B. What is the distance and what is the displacement? Distance means half, so this value is equal to pi r. This total will be 2 pi r. Na? In that 2 pi r, half will be there. That value is equal to pi r. Next, what is the displacement? Displacement is the shortest path. A to B. This will be nothing but diameter of the circle. Diameter of the circle is equal to 2r. So here, what is the distance? What is the displacement means? Distance value will be pi r. Displacement will be 2r. For example, these are the diameters. It started from A, it came to B. After making 1/4 rotation, It started from A and it came to B. What is the distance and what is the displacement? So this entire will be 2 pi r. Here to here pi r. Here to here pi r half. So this value will be pi r by 2. What is the distance? Pi r by 2. What is the displacement? This will be the displacement. This will be the displacement. Already we know this value is equal to radius. This value is also equal to radius. So this value will be how much? Pythagoras theorem? Root 2r. So what is the displacement here means root 2r. What is the distance here means that value is equal to pi r by 2. One more example we will take. Same circle. It came from A to B. What is what they will mention there is this arc, it moved like this. Body came from A to B. This arc is making an angle theta at the center. This angle will be theta. Then what is the distance? What is the displacement? So body moved a circular arc such that arc is making an angle theta at the center. What is the displacement and what is the distance they are asking? Okay. So what will happen? This is the radius only. This is the radius only. So for finding the distance using angle is equal to arc length by radius. Angle is equal to arc length by radius. Theta is equal to arc length will be distance by radius is r. So distance is equal to how much means r theta. So in this case, what is the distance? R theta. What is the displacement? To find the displacement, this will be the displacement. Straight line will be the displacement. We are dividing this into two parts. This angle will be theta by 2. So, here you consider the triangle ACO. From triangle ACO, we need AC value. Sin theta by 2 is equal to AC by OA. AC is equal to R sin theta by 2. AC CB values will be same because this angle is also equal to theta by 2. Then displacement is equal to AB. AB means 2AC. AC value will be already R sin theta by 2. This is equal to finally 2R sin theta by 2. So what is the displacement value here? Is equal to 2r sin theta by 2. In what condition? When a body moves a circular arc and arc is making an angle theta at the center, then the displacement of the body will be equal to 2r sin theta by 2. Distance traveled by the body is equal to r theta. So we discussed some examples regarding this distance and displacement. From this we can understand some points. Next lecture we will discuss that points, what you had understand about it. Okay. Today we will enough for this. We will stop.